Every 30 minutes, somewhere in Australia, a cat is rushed to a vet with a problem that was completely preventable. Think about that. Your cat could be suffering right now, and you'd never even know. Because here's the brutal truth. Cats are masters at hiding pain. And most Australian cat owners, no matter how much they love their cats, are making at least 3 critical mistakes that are silently shortening their cat's life. I was one of them. And today, I'm going to make sure you never are. Problem: here's something that stopped me in my tracks. Australia has over 5.3 million pet cats. 1/3 of every household in this country has at least one cat. We spend $2,700 per year on our cats on average. We buy them beds, toys, premium food, birthday cakes. Yes, birthday cakes are a thing now. And yet, the RSPCA Australia took in over 33,000 cats in a single year. 33,000 cats that ended up lost, abandoned, or surrendered by owners who thought they were doing everything right. That's not a small number. That's a crisis. And the heartbreaking part is, most of these situations were completely avoidable. So if you've ever looked at your cat and wondered, am I doing enough? This video is for you. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could genuinely change your cat's life. Promise. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to give you 5 powerful, vet-approved cat care tips built specifically for life in Australia. Not generic advice you've read 100 times online. Real, specific, actionable information that accounts for our climate, our wildlife, our plants, and our lifestyle. By the end of this video, you will know more about cat care than most people who have owned cats their entire lives. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, and this one is going to surprise you, is feeding. Now, I know what you're thinking. I feed my cat every day. What could I possibly be doing wrong? Here's what most Australian cat owners do. They fill up a big bowl of dry biscuits in the morning, leave it out all day, and call it done. And honestly, that's one of the worst things you can do for your cat's health. Cats are not grazers. They are hunters. In the wild, a cat eats 8 to 10 small meals a day, small prey spread throughout the day. When you leave a bowl of food out all the time, your cat overeats. Their digestive system never gets a proper rest, and weight gain happens fast. Did you know that obesity is now one of the top health concerns for cats in Australia? Australian vets recommend feeding your adult cat twice a day, a set portion in the morning and a set portion in the evening. And here's the game changer that most people skip. Add wet food to your cat's diet at least 3 times a week. Wet food is packed with moisture, which is critical for kidney health, especially in our hot Australian summers when cats can get dehydrated without you even realizing it. A well-fed cat is a healthy cat, but feeding is just the beginning. And tip number 2 is something almost nobody talks about. Tip number 2, grooming. And before you say it, yes, I know cats groom themselves. That's not the point. Here's what your cat physically cannot do on their own. They cannot prevent hairballs from building up in their stomach. They cannot check their own ears for mites or infection. They cannot brush their own teeth. And in Australia, with our brutal summers, our dust, our dry heat, long-haired cats especially struggle with matting, overheating, and skin irritation in ways that short-haired cats in cooler climates simply don't. Brushing your cat just 3 times a week takes 5 minutes and makes an enormous difference. It removes dead fur, reduces hairballs, keeps their coat healthy through summer, and, this one surprised me, it actually lowers their stress levels. Cats that are groomed regularly from a young age are calmer, more affectionate, and statistically healthier. And about those teeth, dental disease affects over 70% of cats over the age of 3 in Australia. 70%. That means if you're in a room with 10 cat owners right now, 7 of their cats have dental disease. Your vet can show you how to brush your cat's teeth at home. It takes 30 seconds, and it can add years to your cat's life. Now, tip number 3 is the one that most people keep putting off, and it could be the most important one of all. Tip 3, health and vet. Tip number 3, regular vet visits. Now I know, vet bills in Australia are not cheap. An ear infection can cost $350. Tick paralysis treatment can cost over $2,000. I hear you. But here's the reality that every vet across this country will tell you. Prevention is always, always cheaper than treatment. Remember what I said at the beginning? Cats are masters at hiding pain. By the time your cat is visibly unwell, not eating, hiding, moving differently, they have often been suffering quietly for weeks, sometimes months. The RSPCA Australia and leading veterinary bodies recommend at least one full health check per year for adult cats and twice a year for cats over 7 years old. These checkups catch kidney disease, diabetes, hyperthyroidism, and heart conditions early, when they are still treatable. And here's something that shocks a lot of Australian cat owners. Nearly 20% of cat owners in Australia are currently skipping essential vaccinations due to rising costs, according to the Animal Medicines Australia 2025 report. That's a huge risk. Talk to your vet about a payment plan if costs are a concern. Your cat cannot tell you when something is wrong, but your vet can find it before it becomes a crisis. Tip 4, playtime and mental health. 6 to 7:15. Tip number 4, and this is the one that blows people's minds: mental health. Your cat has mental health needs, and most cats in Australia are not getting them met. Cats are intelligent, instinct-driven, curious animals. When they don't have enough stimulation, they don't just get bored. They develop anxiety, depression, and destructive behaviors. Scratching furniture, over-grooming, hiding constantly, knocking things off tables just to watch them fall. Sound familiar? These are not personality quirks. These are distress signals. The fix is simpler than you think. Just 15 minutes of interactive play every single day, a feather wand, a laser pointer, a crinkle ball, activates your cat's natural hunting instincts and releases feel-good chemicals in their brain. The difference in a cat's behavior after 2 weeks of daily play is genuinely remarkable. Australian vets also recommend window perches, especially for indoor cats. Watching birds in the garden, seeing the trees move, feeling the breeze, it's like an enrichment channel playing all day. And if you want to take it to the next level, puzzle feeders are incredible. They make your cat work for their food just like they would in the wild and keep their brain sharp for years. A mentally healthy cat is calmer, more affectionate, and lives significantly longer. And speaking of things that can shorten your cat's life, tip number 5 is one every Australian cat owner needs to hear right now. Tip 5, safety at home, 7:15 to 8:30. Tip number 5, home safety. And this one is especially critical in Australia because we have some unique dangers that cat owners in other countries simply don't have to think about. Let's start with plants. Lilies are one of the most common garden plants in Australia. They are also one of the most deadly things your cat can encounter. Even a tiny amount of lily pollen on your cat's fur, licked off during grooming, can cause complete kidney failure within 24 hours. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, that gorgeous purple flowering shrub you see in so many Australian gardens is highly toxic to cats. Oleander, sago palm, all deadly. Please check every plant in your home and garden against a cat-safe plant list today. And it's not just plants. Eucalyptus oil, tea tree oil, and many essential oil diffusers that are popular in Australian homes are seriously toxic to cats. Their livers cannot process these compounds the way ours can. Keep diffusers out of rooms your cat uses. In summer, Australia's summers are brutal, and cats can develop heat stroke incredibly fast. Always ensure your cat has access to a cool, ventilated space and fresh water in multiple spots around the house. And if your cat goes outdoors, please keep them inside at dawn and dusk. That is when snakes are most active across most of Australia. Your home should be the safest place in the world for your cat. Make absolutely sure it is. I want to tell you about a cat named Mango. Mango belonged to a friend of mine in Brisbane. Beautiful ginger tabby, always seemed happy, always purring. My friend thought she was doing everything right. Then one routine vet visit changed everything. Mango had early-stage kidney disease, caught just in time. She had dental disease on 3 teeth that had been causing her quiet pain for months, and she was carrying extra weight that was putting pressure on her joints. My friend was devastated, not because she didn't care, but because she cared so much and still didn't know. After diet changes, daily play, regular grooming, and twice-yearly vet visits, Mango is now 5 years old and thriving. That story is not unusual. It happens every day across Australia, and the only difference between a cat that suffers quietly and a cat that thrives is an owner who knows what to look for. That is you now.